Edward's old friends. Edward is pleased to be working anywhere on the island of Sodor. He especially loves working his branch line. He is always happiest when he is working hard. Edward often pulls Aurora, Ariel, and Anna and freight trains, but sometimes he will help other engines with their work. But one day, Edward was feeling tired. "Take it easy, Edward," said his driver. "Haste makes waste. We don't want you at the works, do we?" Bill and Ben had been silly up in the clay pits. They had been playing about instead of working, and they were behind schedule. The twins arrived at the harbor where Edward was waiting. "Please, Edward," said Bill, "would you take our freight cars in the main line? We're late," added Ben, "and we've still got more to bring." "I'd be happy to," smiled Edward. "I have plenty of time." There were lots of freight cars, and Edward had to make 2 journeys to the main line. Edward didn't mind the heavy work, but suddenly something happened. Edward began to clank. "Oh dear," said his driver. "Sounds like your axle box." Edward didn't stop until he reached the station. There was Sir Topham Hatt. "You don't sound very well, Edward," he said. "You've been working too hard. You'll need to go to the works to be mended." "Who will look after my branch line?" asked Edward. "Buckle can't do all the work alone." "Duck will look after it till you get back," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Can Aurora, Ariel, and Anna come?" asked Edward. "No," replied Sir Topham Hatt. "What will the passengers do without them?" Duck promised to look after Aurora, Ariel, and Anna, but they were sorry for Edward, who felt very sad as he puffed away to the works. Suddenly, Edward noticed a small tank engine standing in an open-sided shed. "That's Skarloey. What's he doing there?" Since the workmen couldn't mend him at once, Edward asked him to put him beside Skarloey, who was pleased to see him. "Our superintendent, Mr. Percival, has just brought 2 more engines," said Skarloey. "He said I was a very old engine, and that there was more than enough work for me. He put me in the sheds so that I could see everything and not be lonely. But I am lonely all the same. I miss my brother Rheneas very much. Yesterday, he was put on a car and he's been mended. I wish I could be mended too, and pull coaches again." "Do your coaches have names?" asked Edward. I have mine too. They're called Aurora, Ariel, and Anna." "Oh yes," said Skarloey. "Their names are Agnes, Ruth, Jemima, Lucy, and Beatrice. Beatrice is the caboose. We have many more coaches, which are more than 3 you have, in case there are more passengers. Our railway runs by a lake in the woods and a beautiful waterfall." The workman came back. "We're going to mend you now, Edward. Come along." "Goodbye, Skarloey. Thank you for telling me about your railway. It is a lovely little line." "Oh, it is, it is. Thank you for talking to me, Edward. You've cheered me up. Goodbye." Skarloey watched Edward being taken to the works. He shut his eyes and dozed in the warm afternoon sun. While at the works, Edward began to worry. "Oh dear," he thought. "What if I can't be repaired?" "Don't worry," laughed the workman. "We'll soon put you right." The workman worked hard, giving Edward new parts. going to the works isn't so bad after all, thought Edward. He looked to the side and saw another little engine who was also being repaired. That's Rheneas, thought Edward. It's Edward, said Rheneas. What's he doing here? I'm being repaired too, said Edward. And I just spoke to Skarloey before being brought in here. They both told each other stories, especially about the times they braved bad weather. Edward was pleased he at least had another engine to talk to during his time at the works. A few days later, Edward was repaired and was on his way back to work. Edward was happy to be in good working order today, and he was especially happy to see his old friends Skarloey and Rheneas again.